Alright, let's talk about 40k today. So, it's going to be a continuation of the last video, and I'm going to keep on going in the timeline, and it's all going to be broad, and it's going to be accurate, just I'm not going to talk about everything. It's just going to be a massive sum up. So, let's go. So, yeah, we're going to continue in the War of Heaven. We're now in that transition period of the War in Heaven is over, and now we can actually just start skipping a bunch of years up until really important events happening. So, let's begin. So, we're in the near tail ends of the War in Heaven. The Catan and the Necrons just fucked up the old ones. Like, there's maybe one left. I still have to read about that one. That's just a thing. Anyway, so, the old ones, they're gone. They're off the slate, practically extincto. Wrong. Yeah, no, they're just gone. And then the Catan realized, there's nothing as yummy as the old one's souls. So, what's the next yummiest thing? They realized, wow, another Catan is pretty tasty. And they really started turning on each other. Really stupid move to do when you're already in the middle of a really big war, but they're gods. This is standard Pantheon shit. And so, the Necrons saw that their gods were being petty little bitches, and decided, our turn now. And they broke their gods into pieces. This was the ultimate backstab. I mean, no. I mean, the original, I guess it's like payback for their backstab, but you know what I mean. So yeah, no, the Necrons broke their gods into pieces and used them as batteries or weapons. And then the Necrons looked at the Krorks and the Eldar. Yep, both those species survived and thriving. Yeah, no, without their bosses around, they really just got to go crazy and became even more powerful. And the Necrons were even though they converted their gods into batteries, they're still weakened as shit. So they decided, you know what, we're gonna nap for a couple million years. Just a little nap, it'll be okay. Species-wide nap time. And then after their nap time, their king, the Silent King, said, okay, I'm going to give you all free will. Goodbye! Where are you going? I'm gonna put myself in exile and think what I've done. I'm gonna put myself in a timeout and leave the universe for a little while, and that's what he did. So yeah, that's the Necron and the Catan story. It's closed. There we go. It's gonna be closed for a little bit. It's not over. It is far from over. But they're taking a big nappy poo. Now, let's talk about the other two. The Krorks and the Eldar. So the Krorks, had a really big issue. See, part of them is they need conflict. Like we need water. And they need the biggest, best fight. And they realized, the Eldar can just run away from us because they're too fast. And the old ones are gone, and the Necrons are gone. There's no good fight left. Who's left? Turns out, themselves. Yeah, they had by the way, this is real. Millions of years of civil war and infighting led to them devolving into the Cockney accent mushrooms we all know and love, known as the modern 40k orc. Yeah, I can kind of just summarize their entire history, like, in that short of a fucking sentence, because that's all they did for millions of years. They crumped. And they crumped hard. So yeah, that's the Krorks turned into orcs. Now, we're going to talk about the Eldar. So yeah, the Eldar were pretty busy there for a while. They kind of had the opposite reaction when the old ones left and the Necrons kind of took a nap. They decided, okay, we are going to advance our tech tree to beyond the maximum. Yeah, no, so they hit, no joke, not functional immortality, legit immortality. They didn't have to worry about eating, drinking, they didn't have to worry about all problems you can think of. They solved it. That's how they solved the orc issue. They blew up a planet, wiped it clean, rebuilt it. There's no orcs if there's no life on it. We brought it all back. Why? Because we're that powerful. So yeah, and they just had this golden age for millions of years. Oh my god, it was so good for the Eldar. And yeah, they ruled for a long fucking time. But there's a problem with always being on top. You get full of yourself, and these are the most hoity-toity bitches. So, a very bad event is gonna happen. So, we gotta take a side tangent. We have to talk about the realm, the Sea of Souls. So, remember how I talked about where it was like it's a reflection of the reality in the last video? Yeah, what happens when that reality was filled with millions of years of war, strife, and death? A lot of bad stuff just appears in the warp now. Demons are a thing! The first demons! And it's not confirmed, but a lot of the community agrees. This is where this transition period between the end of War in Heaven and now, in the modern day 40k, is kind of when the first 3 Chaos Gods really started showing up. So the first Chaos God is very unsurprising. He's the most famous. It is Khorne. I think a lot of us know who Khorne is, or you've at least heard this meme. Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. You're making his throne. That's his blood. That you're all doing it for him. He is the god of war. He is the god of honor. He is the god of just fucking shit up with your bare fucking hands. And that's how he likes it. That's how he likes it. The next god is going to be Nurgle. He is the god of pestilence, decay, and stagnation. But weirdly enough, he genuinely loves you for who you are. So you could call him also the god of nature and love in a fucked up way. But yeah, no, his whole thing is zombies and just making you a disease-ridden, disgusting zombie. Blech. And the third chaos god to come from this transition era, it's Tzeentch. My least favorite. I'm to say Tzeentch fucks with me in my current 40k game, so I'm mad at him. But that's another tangent. No, Tzeentch is the god of... He's the changer of ways. How could I describe him? He is a wizard. He is the highest of all wizards. He's the magicest of magic guys. And he also will fuck with any scenario to make it the most funny outcome to him as possible. Everything is part of his plan upon plans upon plans. And even when there is no plan, I wanted you to think that. There is actually a plan, you just didn't realize it. Yeah, he's that type of stupid. But yeah, no, that's Tzeentch, and his whole aesthetic is based around, like, change and cosmic weirdness. Think Cthulhu kind of stuff. And yeah, that's him. He's all about just the unknowability of the universe. And now, we're gonna get back to the Eldar, because they made the 4th Chaos God, and let me tell you something. Chaos gods aren't really gods. These are the epitomes of the worst. These are 4 Satans. These are your Satans. Satan as you know him. There's 4 of them, and they're different flavors. That's right. We have so many flavors of Coca-Cola. But now we're going to talk about the newest edition of Coca-Cola. Slaanesh. And I can't talk a lot about Slaanesh, because a lot of what their subject matter is not allowed on YouTube. So, anytime you think of something like weirdly sexual, gross, or awful, I'm just gonna say they're getting Slaaneshi with it. And that is all you're gonna know. Because I can't say any more. I cannot say any more. I will be gone. I will be Thanos snapped out of this channel. So yeah. And so the Eldar, because they were at the peak for the longest time, they went into the peaks of depravity. And it got so bad, they birthed a chaos god. The chaos god of depravity, of lust, of all of the bad, and all the extremes of emotion. That's very important for Slaanesh. All the extremes. And so, when this new chaos god was born, it wasn't made in the normal way. So, it left a little bit of damage in the real world. It left a thing called the Eye of Terror. It's like a hole in reality that leads straight into the realms of chaos. Yeah, the Sea of Souls is no longer the Sea of Souls anymore. It is the realm of chaos. Yeah, they've kind of taken over the whole Sea of Souls thing. The 4 chaos gods, they're running the show. But there's a secret 5th guy. He's not really a god, but he's also part of it. We're not going to talk about him yet. But yeah, no, so, 9 and 10 Eldar just die when Slaanesh is born, and now all the Eldar forever have a unique condition. When they die, their souls don't go to their gods. They go to Slaanesh. And Slaanesh will be Slaaneshi with their souls forever. And I can't imagine a worse fate in existence. I really can't. I really can't. And they all get it, so I kind of feel bad for the elves. But yeah, no. That's it for the War in Heaven. The Chaos Gods are here. And now, we're going to talk about the beginnings of humanity's story. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really enjoy doing these lore series, and I'm sorry about the audio. I will get better at it, but as of right now, all I have is a phone, and that's all I can do. But I'm going to keep on chasing the dream, and I hope you all do the same thing. I hope you all have a lovely day, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Peace.